So guys, I'm at Mace, and I want to talk about the J.K. Rowling, racism, hypocrisy, social justice warriors, stuff like that. So first, J.K. Rowling. This person turned out to be full of shit. During the incident with PewDiePie, where he was accused by mainstream media of being racist, Nazi, anti-Semitic and stuff like that, J.K. Rowling, apparently without any background check, jumped into it with this tweet. After a fast background check, watching a couple of his videos, you can clearly see that he is not a Nazi, anti-Semite, or anything like that. The clip that they used was just a cut-off clip from a longer video that he made a while ago where he made fun of Nazism. The next one is with Hermione Granger. For some reason, Hermione Granger now is a black person, which in itself wouldn't be a bad thing. The thing is that in the movie, she was a white person in every of those movies. And in the books, as I read somewhere, she was also portrayed as a white person. So it doesn't make sense. And it's really weird that she now is a black person, making the kid also a black person, because in this article you can see a picture of Ronald Weasley and Hermione Granger and their kid, with both of them, the woman and the kid, being black. Now, I'm fine with when, for example, let's say when there's a comic character and his characteristics have you been able to find so far only in a person of a different race than what is in the comic. But when something like this is already been in so many movies and books, and you just suddenly change it into something completely different, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I honestly don't see why they couldn't just make it okay that they divorced or they broke up or something, and then Ronald would go for a black person, but they just change the race of a person. And it's even worse when you look at it in the context of what has been happening in the latest days, months. This social justice warriors and people like them, they just try to apparently push black people forward because they were enslaved, oppressed and discriminated against later, and to some extent are today. Asians and white people were enslaved and oppressed also, and all to this date. And by this you're only supporting that kind of thing. Because now, in this clip, there is this guy, Trucker, from I guess Fox News, speaking to this lady about racism involved in some school thing.
On the basis
no, you got. Let's say you have one job and two people, and you make the decision. The deciding factor is the race of one of the people. One person is being hurt because he's the wrong race. Why is that okay?
Because he's gotten 350, maybe 400 years of benefit.
Now this lady is either so far up her own ass that she doesn't see her own tail, is so deep in denial of what she's saying, being racist and hypocritical and stupid, or she's straight up just lying. Because I honestly don't see, if you know the definition of racism, which is discriminating someone based solely on his race, one doesn't see that what she says, and essentially probably does too, is racist. And in this clip,
so some people have to suffer on the basis of their race.
And in this country, those people have been African Americans and other people
of color. So the guy who's done nothing wrong must suffer because other people who looked like him did something wrong.
She just pretty much said that if black people do it, it's okay. If white people do it, it's not okay. Well, actually, she says that when black people are racist, it's not racism, but when white people do it, it's racism. Now the next thing is this incident with H&M. But they simply put a black kid into a hoodie and photographed him, and on the hoodie there was this And some people, of course, jumped on it as on something racist. Kids have been addressed as monkeys quite a few times and for quite some time now, and it's not meant in a derogatory way. It's just they sometimes act and behave like a monkey. They jump, they run, they scream, they climb. When your mind links something like this immediately to racism, and when you honestly see something like that in every single thing, like you're looking for a potentially racist thing in every single thing that you see, you're in a racist mindset, you're a racist. H&M actually went against racism because they probably didn't see it as a racist. Like, it's funny that the social justice warriors and people like them fight something, but they fight it with the same thing that they're fighting against. So they're fighting racism with racism, injustice with injustice. The only way we're gonna ever get rid of racism is when it stops happening. When every single person on this earth just looks at every person as on a person and not as black, white, Asian, that is when we're gonna get at least close to getting rid of racism. Because in this clip, according to this guy, it's apparently not racist that he should not trust someone simply because that person is of a different race.
Quote, "I will teach my boys the lesson generations old," he wrote. "I will teach them to be cautious. I will teach them suspicion. I will teach them distrust. I will teach my boys to have profound doubts that friendship with white people is possible." Well, those doubts mirrored the writer's own. As he put it, quote, "History has provided little reason for people of color to trust white people."
What I do think is true is that in a world in which things have gotten ever more dangerous for people of color,
white is also a color. The problem here is that some kids will grow up in this environment thinking that this is okay, that this is what they should be going for. Some people are going for equality to the point of trying to portray women and men as the same, even though that is in no way equality. That equality is same opportunities for everyone, not same attributes for everyone. And maybe the saddest part about all of it is that some just probably do it for publicity. So I guess that is all for this video. So if you agree with this video, leave a like. If you want to support this channel, subscribe, and you can go to the link in the description and go to my Patreon and make a pledge, and maybe share your own thoughts on this in the comments. So shall we meet in the next videos. Bye.